Good morning, scholars. Happy Wednesday. Miss T here with lesson 6 of module 4. Today we're going to represent number bonds with composition and decomposition story situations. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So I am going to draw a number bond. So I've got my part and my part. I've got my number path. I've got another number path. And then I have my whole. Part and part makes whole. So, I don't have a number story. I've got a number bond and no number story. What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to go ahead and make up a math story. All right, so I have a 5-stick here. And then I'm going to look at my 5-stick. How am I going to do this? First of all, let me go ahead and write in my whole or my all together number, because I know that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cubes, okay? So looking at my cube stick, my 5 cube stick, I'm noticing that I have 2 red cubes and 1, 2, 3 green cubes. Okay, so here's my number story. All right, so there were 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red and green balls, okay? 2 of the balls were red, so I'm going to write 2 here in my number bond. And 3 of the balls were green. All right, that's a great story, I think. So let me see, 5 is the same as 2 and 3 together. 5 is the same as 2 and 3 together. So I just completed a decomposing number bond, and it's decomposing because I started off with my whole number and then I broke apart my whole to make 2 parts. So I'm going to write my number story down using numbers, all right? 5 is the same as 2 and 3. Oops, you can't see that. Sorry about that. 5 is the same as 2 and 3. All right, I am going to erase this number story and this number bond, and I am going to draw another one, and then I am also going to make another math story. So starting with my whole again, I've got my whole, I've got my part, and I've got my part. All right, let me see. I've got another number stick. I have a 4-stick this time. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 cubes in my 4-stick. So my whole number is 4. All right, how can I make a math story using 4 cubes? I've got 2 red and 2 green. Let's talk about cats today. All right, so we've got 2 cats, 2 cats that are sleeping, and 2 cats, 2 that are awake. All right, I've got 2 cats. I'm going to write 2 in my part that were sleeping, and I've got 2 more cats over here, 2 that are awake. 2 and 2 is the same as 4. All right, 2 and 2 is the same as 4. 2 sleeping cats and 2 cats awake make 4 cats in all. So when I write my number story down in number sentence, it's going to look like this. I'm writing my story down in a number sentence. 2 sleeping cats and 2 awake cats make 4 cats all together. 2 and 2 make 4. 2 sleeping cats and 2 awake cats is the same as 4 cats all together. All right, I'm going to erase this number sentence and my number bond, and I'm going to try one more. All right, I'm going to make this a little fancy. I've got my whole. Let's do this. I'm going to start with my parts. Part and part. I've got my number bond here. I'm sorry, my number path and my number path. And then I've got my whole. Miss T, what are you doing? Can you write a number path like that? Is it okay to write the number bond like that? Is that still a number bond? Absolutely. Because I have 2 parts, excuse me, and a whole. 1 part and 1 part makes a whole. So, let's get started. Excuse me, my mouth is dry. This time, I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 red cubes, and I've got 1 green cube. 1 green cube and 4 red ones. We're going to make a composing number bond. So I've got 1 horse that is sleeping in the field, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 horses that are running in the field. How many horses do I have all together? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Put a little curly Q at the top. Okay. 1 and 4 is the same as 5. 1 and 4 makes 5. 1 and 4 makes 5. I can also write it like this. 5 is the same as 1 and 4. 5 is the same as 1 and 4. I want you to go ahead and practice making number stories today. Use your number bonds. It doesn't matter if your number bond is drawn like this, or we call that horizontal, or like this. That's vertical. You can get fancy with it and draw it like this. Or I'm going to flip my board around and you can draw your number bond like this. You can make your number bond like this. However you feel like making that number bond, you just make it. But what I want you to do is to practice, practice, practice. Remember, practice makes perfect. Looking forward to seeing all your work today. See you Friday. Bye-bye.